Welcome everyone, this is Cobra Kai Studio. My name is Daniel-san, and this will be another fan questions video. A video where we just kind of hang out and debate everybody's questions, have a fun time talking about them, and be what we are, fans of Cobra Kai, right? So let's get right into this, because I think we got quite a bit, I'm not quite sure. Been a busy work day, so just getting home, time to get started, right? First comment from Roy. What if Tori's mom isn't Julie Pierce, but is Hilary Swank's character from $1 Million Baby, a.k.a. Maggie Fitzgerald? I haven't seen that movie in so long, Roy, but I remember she was like a boxer, right, if I'm not mistaken? That would be kind of interesting, huh? It'd be a different way to add a newer character in a sense to the show, but not exactly a new character. But you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying about that? I wouldn't be disappointed if it was. It would explain why she has some kind of boxing experience, if you think about it. And obviously we know that a lot of people are speculating and pretty sure that Tori's background in fighting was actually boxing, not exactly martial arts or karate in that sense. So that would be kind of interesting to see play out, and I don't know if that would be the case, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be kind of interesting, actually. What do you all think? You think that might be possible? I mean, it really could. I wouldn't rule it out. That would be kind of interesting to see, really. I think that would be kind of exciting. On to the next comment from Aaron. What if Daniel was upset that he found out that Sato is dead or he lost everything? Well, I'm assuming that Daniel would have been upset with Sato passing like a long time ago, so I don't think that that's the case. Now, if he lost everything, I'm trying to think of what would have caused him to lose everything, like say his dealership. Only thing I could think of is the thing that I don't like to think of as being possible would be him and Amanda getting a divorce or splitting up in some kind of way. But I don't think that would be the case. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that. It's not that I wouldn't mind seeing it or don't want to see it. It's just I don't think that that's something they should do in the show. I feel like Amanda kind of needs to be a part of the show in some way to help kind of keep Daniel in line. But at the same time, she kind of annoys us because she does things a little too hardcore with the keeping Daniel in line. But I get the point of why she does the things she does. And, she's a mom and a wife, and she wants things to be right between her families, so I get it. I get it. On to the next one. Does Miguel still have Johnny high school jacket? I assume so, Aaron. I'm assuming so because we never see him give it back to Johnny. Or if we did, I somehow missed that. So let me know if I end up missing that and he did give it back. But I don't think he did. I think he does still indeed have Johnny's jacket. Which would make sense because I don't think it'll even fit Johnny to this day anymore, so it might. But I think that would be something that I could see Miguel still having. Just, kind of my opinion on that. On to the next question from a newer commenter. Follow my Instagram, John Daver. I think Daniel's mom will die in Season 3 and maybe Aisha because she's not in Season 3. But I don't know. Okay, I could see that as well. Both of those, actually. I can see Daniel's mom possibly being someone we see die in Season 3. But I could also see her being someone that we see die later on, maybe Season 4. But Aisha, we know she's not going to be in Season 3. We know this. So it makes you wonder, is she going to be one of these characters that we see killed off in some kind of way? Or are they just going to not mention it and her just not be in the show anymore? And that's where we get rid of Aisha. I want to know your opinion. I actually liked her character. Now, she wasn't one of my favorites. She wasn't one of my worst. But I liked her character in the show. And I liked her progression from Season 1. Now, obviously, as Bonsai Kai Dojo has stated in his video, he obviously was a fan of her as well. And he liked how she, changed, got better in shape. But he also pointed out the fact that they've been slowly kind of just getting rid of her in a sense by not giving her enough screen time, or as much screen time, I should say, as she had in the previous season. So, I don't know where I could stand on that exactly, but at the same time, I could see them writing her out by killing her off in some way. I could see it being a possibility. What would happen if Mike Barnes had beat Daniel in the All Valley Karate Tournament in Karate Kid Part 3? I guess honestly, I don't think it would have been too much of a different play out. We'd have just had a different victor. Now, that's just my opinion. As I've stated before, though, I haven't watched the Karate Kid Part 3 quite as much as I've watched 2 or even 1. I'm not really sure why. Just for the longest time, I only owned 1 and 2, so I never had a chance to super watch it. Now, a year and a half ago, I think, I bought the trilogy set on Xbox Live, and then I ended up actually buying them on my phone recently so I could watch all of them over and over. So I'm going to rewatch that one actually tonight because it's been a while. It's time to watch Part 3 again. That way I have a little better understanding fully of what I'm talking about. when you ask questions about Karate Kid Part 3, because it's been so long, so I'm just playing off on memories of the show, or else I look up these, theories online and get whatever we hear about it from other people and kind of just make my own judgments on it, but I might have to watch that one again. Comment from Bonsai Kai Dojo. Happy birthday, Daniel-san. Thank you, Sensei. I appreciate it. I had a hell of a birthday. Woke up today and somehow our TV's broke, though, and we don't know how, so birthday turned bad. It's not. It was a good birthday. On to the next comment from Scott. Do you think this fan base is heading towards a direction of becoming toxic, similar to Star Wars fan base? There's just way too much bashing of characters in a lot of the social media sites. I think once the bashing crosses the line of a made-up character and starts to affect the actor who plays the character is when we have gone too far. I hope this fan base doesn't come to that point. I know what you're talking about, Scott. There really has been a lot of negativity this year and a lot of things that are, I don't know, when Cobra Kai hit Netflix, it brought out a lot of new good fans, but at the same time it brought out a lot of trolls, which is just unnecessary. Like, if you don't like what people are talking about or you don't like the show, move on. Like, there's no point in bringing this into the community, because our Cobra Kai community is a badass community, but at the same time, it doesn't need all this, you know what I mean? Almost was going to cuss there, but I'm going to keep my senses for this. But yes, Scott, I do agree, and I hope that it's not something that we see in the future moving forward. I hope that people can grow up already and quit spreading the negativity, the hate comments that I've seen on fellow friends' videos, etc. It really irritates me and gets under my skin the way people are behaving. And I don't know exactly why they're behaving this way. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or if it's just because they want to be a troll. Like, I get it. Like, you want to be a troll and have fun, take out other people. But at the same time, it's like, why? It's so stupid. It really is. And it irritates me to no end. But I don't want to get too much into that, because I can sit here and talk about that the whole video. But thanks for commenting, Scott. I do understand, and I do kind of agree. I get what you're talking about. Hopefully the fan base will stay strong and push this negativity out of the group, because us as a Cobra Kai community don't need this negativity. On to the next one from a new commenter, Tracy March. Probably because someone close to him is gonna die. I'm assuming you're talking about maybe Daniel from yesterday's video. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, but I'm assuming it's one of those questions. And yeah, you're probably right. We're probably going to see someone close to him die, and the question is who, though? Who's going to die? On to the next comment from Chris M. One new teaser in early November, then full one or second part trailers in early and mid-December. That would be great. I really hope we get a couple more teasers. Would be kind of cool, and then a full-blown trailer before they actually, get to January 8th. And thanks for commenting, Chris. I noticed you're a new commenter, so I appreciate that. On to your next comment right below that. Kreese won't die, but Sato does, which is why Daniel's character returns to Okinawa. Bank it. I guess that's possible. But sadly, the character that played Sato passed away in, I do believe, 1996. So I feel like that's kind of a similar situation with Mr. Miyagi. I think he'd already, in a sense, been passed away for the Cobra Kai series. It just hasn't been talked about. Now, maybe because of certain things, we might hear mentions to Sato or something along that lines when Daniel goes to Okinawa. So I'm kind of excited to see what all we're going to get to see play out when he does go to Okinawa. Like, what all do you think we're going to see when he goes to Okinawa? I mean, there's a lot of things that these writers can throw at us that could bring back from the Karate Kid 1 or 2, not 1, sorry. Or maybe 3, whatever. They can bring back anything from all these shit movies, you know what I mean? And of course they're going to throw in new things that have nothing to do with the Karate Kid movies because it's a new show. And that makes perfect sense, honestly. On to the next comment. It was Stingray's fault that Tori lost the drinking game at Moon's party. Yeah, it kind of was, huh? Guess that, yeah, it kind of was. I get what you're talking about, yeah. But then again, like I said, I think it would have played out regardless whether Sam or Tori lost in that little drinking battle. On to the next comment from Jeff Bayless. I think Daniel is upset that Sato has passed away and gives him a reason to go back to Okinawa, as well as be training with Chosen. It's possible. That could be a good reason to why Daniel goes back to Okinawa. It really could. Now, I'm sure, like I said, the person that played Sato passed away a long time ago. But that doesn't mean that they can't, in a sense, act like he just recently passed away for the whole, Cobra Kai series part-wise. Now, I kind of wish that they would have had a Mr. Miyagi's funeral in Cobra Kai, like in the first season. I wish that would have been like something that maybe, like, we know that obviously the character had been dead in the show as of, like, I think it was saying 2011 on his headstone, if I'm not mistaken, when they actually show Mr. Miyagi's headstone. But, I mean, I think that would have been interesting to see Daniel and all of them go to his funeral. Maybe we'll get a flashback to that in a future season, maybe. I don't think we will, but, I mean, we might. On to the next one from Tom Courtney. Did I say that? Yeah, okay. Quicksilver was the BS Silver taught Daniel in Karate Kid 3. I don't think it was actually a method. It was just a ploy to corrupt Daniel's true karate. You know, you might be right. You know, you really actually might be onto something there, and that's very possible that was. Especially because we know Silver was not all exactly for Daniel's, learning. That's just how I seen it. Now, obviously, like I said, I haven't watched this movie in a while, but going off of what I remember, that's just how I see it, and I could honestly see that being a huge possibility, that it was literally just a ploy to ruin what Daniel had been taught by Mr. Miyagi already. So I can kind of understand exactly where you're coming from, Tom. And thank you for commenting. I don't know if you've commented before, but I appreciate it. On to the next one from Roy. Miguel would not learn Miyagi-Do from Daniel, as he would see it as betrayal. But if Daniel agreed only to teach him a devastating Cobra Kai technique he knows, he may agree to that, as it's not betraying Cobra Kai. Hey, that's interesting, Roy. I love that. That's a hell of a idea. And you're right. I don't think Miguel would indeed learn Miyagi-Do from Daniel, because he would indeed probably see it as a betrayal to Johnny. But knowing and learning, maybe he'll learn from Daniel that Daniel was indeed a Cobra Kai student in the past and does know certain Cobra Kai things. It might open him up to actually want to do that. You know what I mean? And I could see that playing out in many different ways. But I like that comment. That's a hell of a comment, and I can fully see where you're coming from on that, because it would make a lot of sense, actually. It really would. Now, will we see that? I don't know, but at the same time, it's like, we might. And if that's exciting to see what else we might actually learn from this as we're going, you know what I mean? So, it's kind of interesting to think about. I really am curious to see what all we're going to actually see play out as far as what we learn about Daniel and Miguel, if they're actually going to ever talk. But, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we? On to the next one. Why was Stingray at Moon's party? Because Stingray is trying to relive a moment in his life that he never got to as a kid, is my understanding of that. I felt like he was obviously one that just never got to experience that growing up. And so now that he's older and has friends, he's actually enjoying his life, I guess you could say, trying to be a teenager again, even though he's obviously not. But that's just my understanding of why Stingray would have been at the party. Now, if you have any other ideas or theories on why you think he was at the party, feel free to let me know. And these are our videos where we come up with the questions, the answers, the ideas, the theories, all as a community, as a group. And we debate it in the comments or else in the live premiere chat, which I think some of the best part about the videos is not even just making them, but getting them uploaded and posted so we can hang out and chat and have a hell of a time just going over what we're talking about. Obviously, it would be a lot more funner if we could all actually talk with each other, but the way YouTube works, it just ain't like that unless we start to make these videos like where you all send in your questions and we debate them. I don't know. I don't even know how we'd go about it. I mean, I guess we could maybe in the future. We'll figure it out as we go. When we get to being able to do them live, I feel like it'll make it a lot more fun, because then it's obvious going to be easier for me to go over your answers and questions and ideas and theories as you're commenting them. So I think that'll be a lot more fun when we get there, but for now, I'm still having a hell of a time, so hopefully you are as well. On to the next comment from Alan. Happy birthday, Daniel-san. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate it. I had a pretty decent one. Only thing that irritates me is the TV. I don't understand how the TV got broke. But hey, things happen, I guess. We weren't even home or downstairs, so I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. On to the next comment. What would happen if Johnny had beat Daniel in the All Valley Karate Tournament in Karate Kid Part 1? I imagine that would have sent Daniel into like a depression type state, and it would have made him want to fight harder to be number one. I don't think it would have really changed too much except for Daniel's motives. He would have been probably beat up on himself a little bit about not winning, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not, though. Maybe he wouldn't have. But it's interesting. On to the next comment from Young Gun. Random theory. Stingray could beat Thanos. Hell yeah, he could. He wouldn't even give him time to snap that finger. that's a funny comment, Young Gun. On to the next one from Issa. Will Miguel get revenge? I'm assuming you're talking about on Robbie. I don't know if Miguel's that type, but then again, after the injuries he sustained, he might be now. He really might be. I mean, it's kind of like one of those, I don't know for sure, But in my idea, I could see there being a possibility for him wanting to get revenge. And with that being said, what do you think the revenge might be on Robbie if indeed Miguel decides to go down this kind of a path and decides to become this person where he actually would seek out revenge on Robbie? What do you think it would be? I want to know what you think. I'm curious of that because I could see a couple things maybe happening, but I'm more interested in learning what you all think about it because, let's be honest, I enjoy learning your perspective and ideas from the show and what you all kind of think or debate might happen. To me, that's some of the best part about these videos. On to the next comment. Many happy returns, dude. Hope you have a good one. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. I had, like I said, pretty decent one. Jeff Bayless, send it to the internet. Thank you, Bonsai Kai Dojo, for putting your video up last night, and appreciate it. On to the next comment from Hector. Happy birthday, Brother Bear. Cheers. Me raising a cold beer with you. I appreciate it. I hope you had a great night as well, Hector. I had a crazy birthday, but it was fun nonetheless. On to the next comment from Roy. Happy birthday. Not watching this until I work tomorrow. It's a long video, and these Cobra Kai videos are how I get through my work days. If I use them all up while I'm off, then work day is gonna suck ass. I hear you there, Roy. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. On to the next comment from Film Buff. Send it to the internet. Again, thank you, and thank you, Bonsai Kai Dojo. On to the next one. TSGJ. I think Johnny can get Cobra Kai back with Miguel. I can see that happening as well. Question here is, how will he get it back, though? Like, what do you think Miguel and Johnny will do to actually overcome Kreese and whoever Kreese is going to have on his side? We know, obviously, Hawk, Stingray, and a few of the others stayed with him. So it makes you wonder exactly what they might do. Are they going to have to build their own team to do so? Or are they going to find some kind of legal loophole to be able to take it back? What do you think? I don't see them being able to find a legal loophole, honestly. I don't know about that one happening, but, it's I guess, whatever it is, it's possible. On to the next one from Aaron. Do you think that Cobra Kai Season 3, Episode 10 will be called No Mercy 3? Me, personally, I don't think they're going to call it that. Like, they could obviously call it that, but I don't think they'll call it that. I feel like there's a better, name that they might go about with calling it something, but I don't think, in my opinion, that could be the case. But I ain't gonna rule it out. Then again, it's just one of those things that makes you wonder, because I'm not exactly sure what they're gonna call the season finale for season 3. What do you think they're gonna call it? I mean, I guess it's possible. Ooh, we got quite a bit to go on here. Okay, so I see we got a comment from Chopper John, and then it looks like Roy Staten and Chopper have commented back and forth quite a bit, so we're gonna go over all of it. I have a question. I know Mr. Miyagi is based on a real-life martial artist, Chojin Miyagi, who may be introduced as his father in the backstory is the master who trained Silver and Kreese, Kim Sung-young. Is he a real person also, or just a made-up from Cobra Kai? I tried to look it up, but I didn't find anything. No, I don't think that he is based off of a real person. I had to look it up myself to see if I could find anything on it. Now, I couldn't find anything on that either, so maybe if any of you all here have any ideas on that one, feel free to share. So what Roy commented is they couldn't make Mr. Miyagi chosen Miyagi because they'd get their asses sued. Huge difference on basing a character after a guy and actually depicting a person. Not familiar with any of notable Kim Sun-young martial artists, but the system of Cobra Kai is based on Tang So-do, which it is. So that's a nice answer, Roy. That's really awesome that everybody's starting to get more involved, and these are actually providing their own answers. And Chopper said, thank you for the reply. I didn't mean to imply that Mr. Miyagi was a real-life Shogun Miyagi. I know his picture appears in Cobra Kai several times, and I thought that they might somehow try to tie them together. I know that karate style is Tang So-do. I trained in it for several years before switching to Shokan Karate. I hope I said that right. Shotokan Karate. And the ring referee at the first All Valley tournament was Rob Johnson, a long-time Tang So-do martial artist. That's awesome, Chopper. I love the fact that we have other fellow martial artists involved in these Cobra Kai videos, Me, myself, obviously, I've mentioned before, I trained in Taekwondo for a very, very long time now. But I also learned some judo, jiu-jitsu. I learned a certain style of karate that my first master, not Mark Baca, my first master knew. I can't even remember what it was because I was a kid, really young, whenever he was training it to us. So it's like we got trained Taekwondo plus this type of karate that he learned in, Where did he learn it? It wasn't in Korea, where he learned the taekwondo that he taught us. It was somewhere in China that he learned the karate. So basically like a kung fu style of karate. And I just can't for the life of me remember what it was called. If I remember it, I'll tag it in the comments. But nonetheless, yeah, martial arts is a hell of a thing to be into. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Still enjoy it to this day. It's something I love practicing. I don't know. If you've never been into martial arts, it's something I'd highly recommend you do. No matter what your age is. You don't have to be young. You can be old. You can be whatever age and still enjoy martial arts. So don't ever think that you can't go back and do something, because, boy, I did, and I enjoy it. On to the next comment. Will Hawk die? There's a lot of speculation on the fact that Hawk may indeed die. Me, personally, I don't know. Bonsai Kai Dojo made a hell of a video where someone commented and pretty much had a badass idea and theory on that being the case, especially with Hawk having the Grim Reaper tattoo, and it really made me think about it. I never thought about it until then. I never in my life thought about Hawk being the one that might die in Season 3, but after watching the video and hearing the comment and what they had to say about it, it really opens up my mind to thinking maybe he might actually be the person we see die. And if that's the case, it's crazy. It's like mind-blowing. Now, what do y'all think? Do you think that he might die in Season 3 in any way? What do you think? Do you think that's a possibility? On to the next comment from Andrea Damon, I think? No, Andrea Damon. Daniel was upset for several reasons. His daughter is crushed by the events that happened. She was injured. His student, Karate Me, severely injured a person. Maybe Daniel left him? Tori still being at Moon's house. She was drinking everyone under the table. Maybe she wanted to sober up before she left. Maybe she was talking to Alicia. Hey, nice. I enjoyed that you providing your feedback and your answers to these videos and the questions that we talk about. That's some of my favorite parts, is getting others, interested into these, fan question videos. Because, again, there are videos. I only make them, but I make them for us all to have fun debating and talking about and just enjoying Cobra Kai in general. So, I appreciate it. I hope you all will get more involved as we grow as a community. Obviously, there's only so many fan questions and theories we can really go over. So, eventually, before we hit Season 3, we'll probably have to make these videos into some kind of other video and do other things about it. But once Season 3 gets here, we're going to have a hell of a lot more theories and ideas and questions to go over. So, they're never going to stop. These are, my favorite videos to make so far. So, obviously, I have some more videos I'm about to be working on making, which will be the breakdown of fight scenes, the recreation of fight scenes, and kind of just doing things a little different. On to what will be pretty much the last comment, or question, you should say. I think Johnny can get Cobra Kai back with Miguel. Yeah, I mean, I see it as a big possibility. I don't know exactly how it's going to go about happening, but I can see it happening nonetheless. So, what do you all think? How do you think that that's going to play out? And on to the last two comments. Happy birthday. Thank you, Jeff. And happy birthday, Daniel-san. Thank you, Tinko Wolf. I appreciate everybody for commenting and, taking the time out of the day to watch my videos and interact with them. Whether you're leaving a comment on the video or watching it as a premiere and talking in the chat, whatever be the case, I want to, share my appreciation to you all, because it makes me really happy to know that us as a Cobra Kai community can just sit down and enjoy talking about all of our theories, our questions, and providing our own answers and input of these questions, and have a hell of a time being the best community there is. Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai never dies. #HashBrowns. But I guess that's going to be it for this video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. Please, as always, feel free to fill the comment section up with as many theories, ideas, comments, whatever you want to. I mean, these are our videos, so you fill it with whatever you would like to do. If you don't want to comment, that's fine. I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. If you're subscribed to me, I appreciate it. If you're not, maybe think about subscribing and smashing that like button. Or as I always say, sidekick the hell out of that like button. But we're going to say thank you to Bonsai Kai Dojo, Sensei and Guest Sensei. Thank you to every one of you that's commented and made these videos what they are. Thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you to everyone that's not subscribing to me, but still decided to watch this video anyways. Y'all are all badass. And I hope you'll remember this. Always stay badass. We'll see you on the next one, everyone. Have a good one.